couple of questions on Ukraine. I want to go back to Daphne's question on this week's talks. In light of the talks, and also given what you just said about your expectations, can you please help us put last couple of days, Russia's behavior in a larger context, particularly intensified attacks on Kharkiv, Kyiv, and most recently on grain facilities. Like yesterday, they damaged 40,000 tons of grains in Ismail. Is it like a finger in the eye moment?
It is, but not anything new. I mean, look, they have. It's hard it's hard to even. Sometimes I find it hard to get up here and talk about in terms that accurately capture the scale of events in Ukraine that Russia continues to inflict on the country. But I will say, with respect to the last few days, not just the last day, but really the last few weeks since Russia exited the Black Sea Grain Initiative. So we saw President Putin last week, in what was a clear propaganda move, announced that he would send, 25 to 50,000 tons of grain to African countries. Well, just since the end of the Black Sea Grain Initiative, strikes carried out by Russia have destroyed 180,000 tons of grain inside Ukraine, including, as you said, 40,000 tons of grain just in the past 24 hours. So we have seen Russia, if anything, turn up its attacks so that they are not just targeting people inside Ukraine, but in fact the whole world. Because when they target grain infrastructure, when they target shipping infrastructure, when they destroy grain, as they have in the past few weeks, they aren't just harming Ukraine, they're harming all the countries around the world, including most particularly developing countries who depend on those exports for survival.
Thank you. Back to your topper on passport station, quote unquote. Listening to you, and correct me if I'm wrong, I did hear some intent from Russia's behavior. I heard pattern of action you were talking about, but I did not hear, which I was hopeful to hear, is a G word, the genocide. Isn't that a sign of genocide?
I will say that we have been very clear about the atrocities Russia has committed, and more importantly, we have been very clear about how there needs to be accountability for Russia's actions. Accountability through a number of mechanisms, international mechanisms, as well as the mechanisms that Ukraine has stood up since the beginning of this war. And we will continue to be clear about that as this conflict goes on.
As you know, there's a congressional effort. There are both chambers of the Congress, senators and Congress members have initiated a resolution on recognizing Russian actions as a genocide. What is the State Department's view on that?
I'm not going to comment on congressional legislation. All right.